Welcome to FX Options University, recorded live at the International Securities Exchange, the world's largest equity options exchange. Join the industry's top trading professionals as they provide insight and strategies for trading in the currency markets using FX options. FX options are a low-risk alternative to hedging currency moves in any market condition.
Welcome, everyone. This is Steve Nison. I'm the Director of Education at the International Securities Exchange, and I'm the host of today's ISE webinar. Today, I'm really happy that we have Steve Nison with us. He'll be presenting using candlesticks to profit from currency moves. Steve is a best-selling author. He's a leading authority on candlestick charts with decades of industry experience, and he'll talk about how he looks at the markets. Really looking forward to today's presentation, and we'll get started in just a brief moment. Just want to remind everyone that, of course, options are not for everyone, so you really need to understand the risk-reward relationships with options. A great place to learn about that is at optionseducation.org, and any of the examples that we give today are just examples. They should not be construed as investment advice. It's not investment advice. And as I said, taxes, margin, and commission are very important factors that should always be considered prior to entering in any options transaction. A little bit about ICFX options. You need to have an account with an equity options broker, so they are accessible right through that broker. They're exchange-listed securities. They're cash-settled in U.S. dollars. European-style exercise that can be traded as spreads, and we have both dollar-based and dollar quote currency conventions. So you see that right there on your screen. If you want to learn more about the different symbols and all the different educational aspects of what we offer at the ISE, you can go to fxoptions.com. And we have our newest tool that we have is our SKU tool, and that's always free, so you can check out what's happening with, let's say, the euro, the pound, the dollar, the Australian dollar, the Canadian dollar, yen, and all the other currencies right there at fxoptions.com. I want to introduce Steve Nison. Steve, thanks for joining us today. Really appreciate it.
Thanks. And that's not me on the ladder, by the way. Well, thank you. Thank you so much. And actually, we had this. I had this, and, you know, those of us involved in the market many times may feel kind of like this, a big bullseye on the backside. And the reason I'm so excited to be working with Stephen and the rest of the gang at ISE is because they, like my shop, candlesticks.com, believe in the value of education. And as the first to reveal candlestick charts to the Western world, and it's interesting because, you know, ISE is, you know, they have their charts on, you know, the major data providers and financial websites, and on the page before this one or a couple of before this one, you know, they mentioned Bloomberg and Yahoo Finance, and it's interesting because every data vendor pretty much and every financial website has candlestick charts as an option. And the reason for that is because they are so popular, and the reason they're so popular is because they work when you know how to use them correctly. And so what we're going to start doing today, and I'm really excited about a little bit of different approach I'm going to be taking because I'm working with the expert, you know, one of the experts in options, Steve. I like the email address, asktheoptions@asktheexperts.com. But I'm going to go back and forth in a little bit with Steve and ask him what kind of option strategy. Obviously, we're not going to give you specific buys and sells, what to do here, you know, in current market conditions. But what we are going to do is give you some great education. My focus will be telling you about the candles because candles are great for timing. And because this is educational with an option-based bias, Steve will be giving some of his ideas based on some charts. I'll be showing some general ideas on some option strategies that you can use immediately in your trading. So the goal is to really get you up to basic knowledge level in the candles, and obviously for those who know about options, just kind of refresh their knowledge with input Steve gives, And for those new to options, get some great ideas about option strategies from Steve. But there's a wonderful Japanese proverb. Most of my seminars are given or have been given for institutional traders. And recently I've focused more on the retail trader and active investor. And these are Japanese candlesticks. So I have a lot of Japanese proverbs, and they're shown here. Deep roots are essential for a tall tree. And what we're going to be doing is building some roots, your roots to a deeply successful, long-term, profitable trading career, whether it's part-time or for those of you looking to trade full-time, is education. And that's what ISE and I are all about. So we're going to be showing you ways to ascend the educational ladder, and obviously we're not going to be able to reveal what cost me hundreds of thousands of dollars and decades of real-world experience, but we'll start you down the path to knowledge. Obviously, we cannot guarantee you big dollars, but that is an ultimate goal of all traders and active investors. And one of the great things about candlesticks, and we'll go over the basics of candles in a minute or two, and it's something I think you should really keep in mind, and it's going to give you a decided advantage over those who don't know candles correctly. And I want to congratulate you on attending this session because you're going to get the correct information. There's a lot of well-intentioned educators out there. They have books and things and educational resources on candles, but a lot of it is wrong. And somebody wrote me a very nice email saying, give me a very nice quote to the fact that everyone quotes or teaches candlesticks goes to the master. Why not go to the master? So I was really flattered by that. But it's really important to understand where you're getting your candlestick information from. And the fact that you're taking your valuable time to attend this session underscores the fact that you do realize the importance of education and also the source of the education. So what we're going to be doing is going over the basics. So let me start with, by the way, this is my desk. This is my work desk. And you can see just some of the Japanese books that I've had translated. And the middle portion there, the notebook there, flipped over. These are all the English translations that I've paid so dearly for in time and effort and dollars over the last, since the mid-1980s. So I'm still doing research in the candles, still using them for my own trading, my own investing. And what I'll be showing today are just some of the strategies that are revealed to my institutions, some of the strategies that we use at our own shop. But the first things first, the Japanese say without oars you can't cross in a boat. These are going to be your oars. So the candlestick line is made of two components. There's a rectangular portion called the real body, and the real body is simply the relationship between the open and the close. If the close is higher than the open, okay, we have an empty or white real body. And it doesn't matter what time frame we're looking at. It could be daily, intraday, weekly, although most of us who trade Forex are not going to be looking at weekly charts. But for a longer-term sense of direction, you may want to look at weekly. But most who use trade Forex will be looking at daily or intraday. And actually, I started to make reference, and I forgot, I kind of got off the track. One of the great advantages of understanding candles correctly is that there is absolutely no doubt in my mind the highest percentage of technical traders is in the Forex market. Okay? Much higher percentage than equities, although it's a very high percentage, or futures, or commodities, or interest rates. Far and away, its technical analysis is the prime tool used by almost every Forex trader, and the best technical tool you could have as another weapon in your trading arsenal is candlesticks. They're not going to replace, but they should complement whatever you're doing now.
Thank you for participating in this week's session. Please join us again next week. Get trading ideas, exchange rates, webinars, news, and commentary. Visit www.fxoptions.com. ISE FX options can be easily traded through all options-enabled brokerage accounts. These exchange-listed securities are cash-settled in U.S. dollars and have a European-style exercise.